coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Isn't white people, black people, Hispanics, or the Easter Bunny. It is the New World Order banking cartel that has created 1.5 quadrillion in fake derivatives. They then loan the fiat currency to the population. At a certain level, the people do owe this money. They did take this loan. They were encouraged to do it. But that's not what caused the banking collapse, and that's now admitted. And that's not what's happening in Europe or Greece. And we've got to bring these banks to heel some way, and this is a powerful way to strike. The problem is not paying your mortgage or your taxes or your bills. If enough people don't do it, it won't work, and then it's dangerous for those that do it. But it is an interesting idea. Truth Patriot, New Jersey, you've got 1 more minute.
Right, so that's the problem. I think enough people will do it if you back it, if you support it. Maybe you throw a countdown clock on InfoWars, and we start educating the people, because we tried inside the system. We tried with HR 1207, which didn't work. I think that we all need to stick together, and everybody will do it if we get the word out. And I think if we can bring down the system, if everybody stops paying your mortgage, the IRS, your car loans, but we all need to stick together. The Federal Reserve are unelected,
and we have to know
private.
Yeah, but I appreciate your call, but we also have to know it's going to be rough. Kind of like when you get a high fever before the fever breaks and you get better. It's going to be rough kicking them out, but it's going to be even more rough incrementally letting them continue to enslave us. But, I mean, I'll say this. Ron Paul was first in Congress back in the 1980s, and then he got kicked out of Congress after 1 term and came back in the mid-90s, and I've been interviewing him ever since. So he passed it in the House. He said it's a fraud. The Senate took it over and screwed it up. So who's to say next year he can't get a real audit through? I mean, here's the German government, the Greek government, calling for criminal investigations of Goldman Sachs and U.S.-based banks. These aren't U.S.-based banks. These are globalists. I mean, here's another mainstream headline that I read earlier where they've already arrested people in Iceland. The same banker groups that were caught. Bankers jailed, sued as Iceland seeks culprits for crisis. But I think your idea should be looked at as a measure down the road, and we should have a debate about it. Let's go ahead. I mean, that's just quite a move to call for. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to, if I get up here and say don't pay your mortgage and don't pay taxes, I've got to do it. And, then I've got this operation to run, and they'll use that as a technicality to come after me. But I guess the Founding Fathers put in more than we're talking about doing militarily, so who knows. Alan in Texas, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Well, good afternoon, Alex. I like your shirt there, buddy.
Oh, you watching this on PrisonPlanet.tv?
I surely am. I'm a member of the Austin Screenwriters Group and Austin Film Society. I just moved back here from Phoenix, and I'm a veteran of 101st Airborne. Well, my name is Alan Jones, and I'll tell you what, we're 27 years apart, but I get a lot of phone calls here in Austin, Texas. They're meant for you. But anyway, like I said, I moved here from Phoenix. My daughter's still back there. I got a suggestion for people. They can go on the internet to family.com and see what the local news is out there, which I pick up all the time because I lived up there for a couple of years.
Unbelievable crime, illegal aliens murdering people, burning buildings down, taking down American flags at post offices, running up Mexican flags. What do you think as a screenwriter of Robert Rodriguez's script? I don't know if you've seen the video where I show screenshots of the internal script, which is a race war script. I mean, I'm really worried about this new film, Machete.
Well, I spent a little bit of time over at Troublemaker Studios in the last months, but I'm not going to embellish on that. I'm against it. I think that, my sister still lives there, and she's an Anglo, and she's afraid to ride the bus. She said she feels like a pig in a lion's den, and it's just, you hit the nail on the head weeks ago. It's causing a lot of disruption, and a lot of panic right out there.
Well, I mean, look. There's been persecution on both sides, but no country's more open than the U.S. And this is becoming, with certain sectors, certain minorities of the Hispanics who see themselves as Mexicans, this is becoming an anti-American thing, not just an anti-white thing, to the point of Hispanic students. That was buried in the MSNBC article. We played the video here, where 3 of the 5 Hispanics in San Francisco that were kicked out of school for wearing American flag shirts, they were Hispanic. And it cut to their parents, who were Hispanic, going, look, I'm an American. I'm sick of people running around waving Mexican flags telling me I want to be an American. I mean, no matter what color you are, why wouldn't you want the Second Amendment and property rights? Why would you want to be under the corrupt system of Mexico? The country is collapsing. So as an American, I'm not looking for trouble with anybody. But, I mean, I see a film which literally makes Machete this hero god who's killing the gringos, and I don't want to get off into it. It's just, this is more racist than Birth of a Nation, which was made by the Ku Klux Klan, basically.
I agree. And then you got on the other side, you got Arpaio out there. Just a couple of days ago, I think on Friday, he busted a cockfighting ring in West Phoenix. 80 Mexicans, and a lot of them were illegals, and it's just stirring up the pot, Alex, and it's kind of horrifying. But
no, it is horrifying. And I was this weekend looking at a book I'm going to read called God's Middle Finger, about some areas in Mexico where it's just completely lawless and total killing and death, and just everything is totally insane. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it'd be one thing if all these illegals came here and wanted to be pro-Second Amendment and anti-New World Order. The problem is, I've been to their rallies. We're communist and we're going to get the gringo, and I'm not going to sit here and shut up about this and watch Robert Rodriguez make a big-budget film with Robert De Niro, where De Niro plays a U.S. senator who's a race pimp who's going to murder all the Hispanics. And every white person is a murdering killer, burning Catholic churches, crucifying Catholic priests, desecrating things. Machete is a new saint. And then it turns out, I hadn't seen Spy Kids, that Machete Cortez, this character, is a children's hero. They made 3 films where he's the children's hero. Now it's this hardcore race war film. I mean, this is a psyop. I mean, this is crazy. This is dangerous. Anything else?
I totally agree. I lived in I was raised in Birmingham, Alabama in the '60s, so you know what I went through, and and then this name tags that they're getting now. It's coconut. In the '60s, it was Oreo, and it's infuriating, and it's just we don't need to throw any more flames on the fire right now. I'm so upset. I think I'm going to start smoking again.
Well, I appreciate your call. Look, I've been told by people internally now from Rodriguez, and I'm going to work. By the way, I haven't called him yet. Tell me to let's start calling Rodriguez tomorrow and invite him on the show. And we have been contacted by some of the actors, and looks like we're going to probably get them on. I'm just going to leave it at that. This just fell in our lap. But, yeah, what you've got is the Hispanic Americans. Last weekend, every caller was Hispanic, and they said, no, these illegals come to me if I'm flying an American flag at my house and say, take it down, Porcho, which means Uncle Tom. I mean, now the American flag is bad? I mean, look, I'll take the American flag over the tyranny of Mexico any day. I choose to be part of America.